Nigerians, do you know that it's a very painful thing to know that it is only in Nigeria where so many people will be kidnapped? It will look as if nothing happened in the country. During Jonathan, Chibok girls were kidnapped. Up to this very moment, as we speak today, nobody can come out openly to give us the true story of exactly what happened. As we speak today now, no one person can come out and show me one of the family where people were kidnapped from during Jonathan time. Like, can you show me a family where one person is among those that were kidnapped during Chibok time? Like, one of the family which is the Chibok victim. Can anybody come out to say this is a victim of Chibok kidnapping? As we speak up to this very minute, the whole story look like a Nollywood movie. Now, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so many people have been kidnapped. Yet, ever since these people have been kidnapped, nothing has been done. Instead, the only thing that Nigerian government think about is the next election, is how they will win 2027 election, is how they are trying to make sure they destabilize every opposition party. Trying to destabilize every opposition is the only thing that matters to Nigerian government, APC government, as we speak today. The people that are under captivity is none of their business. How can people be with bandits for a very long time? Up to this very minute, nothing has been done. Yet Nigerian government still have the effrontery, the temerity to come out to be campaigning or to be saying Nigerians to vote for them. Do you know that in a developed country, if something happened to one citizen, it's big enough to disqualify the government, especially things that have to do with banditry like this? If so many people can be kidnapped and so many people are being unalive on a daily basis in Nigeria, whereby the primary assignment of government is to protect life and property, which Nigerian government have completely failed, woefully failed. If they cannot keep to this, then why would Nigerians think of voting for these people or continuing with this kind of government? Why should they continue with this kind of government? A government that has failed in its own responsibility is coming back to tell the people to vote for them. What kind of government is that? How can Nigerians be folding their hands looking at this kind of government to be playing with them here and there? A government that has not been able to secure lives and property of the citizens, which is the primary assignment of a responsible government. If such government is unable to play its part and to do what they are supposed to do, why should anyone continue with it? As a matter of fact, Nigerian government should be ashamed that at this stage, you are still thinking of winning 2027 election. At this stage, you are still thinking of how to make sure you handcuff every opposition to make sure that those who Nigerians truly want are not on the ballot. What kind of a shameless government is this? Nigerians, if we do not do everything to make sure that this government don't unalive all of us, we are going to remain like this. We will be lamenting every day. We will remain like this until they unalive every Nigerians. Because the mission of this government is to make sure they win 2027 election. And the only thing that matters to them is how they will win 2027 election, irrespective of the sacrifice that they are ready to make. Making any sacrifice to guarantee their 2027 election is what matters to them. They are ready to do anything to make sure they win 2027 election, whether by hook or by crook, whether by rigging or by buying. As long as they have INEC, they have the judiciary, and they have all the military, they are ready to make sure they do everything to give them the election. So it is left for us Nigerians, we the ordinary Nigerians, to say no, we know who we want. If we fail to do the needful, those old cargoes, those politicians, they do not have anything to lose. Their children do not base in Nigeria. They do not even base in Nigeria. These people, they are only using Nigeria as a farmland. They come here to harvest their crops and they take it overseas. If Nigeria get worse than this today, it will never affect them. But your children, the ordinary Nigeria, your children and my children and our unborn children will be the one to suffer for this. Nigerians, we will either do it in our own way, or we are all going to be unalived by bandits and terrorists.